Hello everyone. In previous lecture, we have covered exception handling by using try-catch block. Without try-catch block and with try-catch block, we have already explained. And then we discuss about the control flow in try-catch block with several cases. We have seen 4-5 cases, so that you can understand how the control flow in try-catch block. And we have also discussed various important method to print the information regarding the exception. If you want to know what kind of exception arise in your program, we have used several method: print, stack trace, toString method, get message method. So those are the important method, and at the end we have discussed about the multiple catch block with a single try block. So we have seen the different combination of multiple catch block with order of exception classes. So in this lecture, I am going to discuss the following topic. I will discuss about the finally block. How can I use the finally block along with try catch block, where you can use it. So that is very important for your exam. And what is the difference between the final, finally and finalize? This question is very important for your exam. Most of the time in interview and your exam, you will get this question is the common question: final, finally and finalize. What is the difference between the three keyword? Okay, that is a very important question. So I have earlier mentioned that what is the difference between check exception and uncheck exception is very important question for your exam. What is the difference between the fully check exception and partially check exception? And this question is also very important for your exam. Then we will see the control flow in try, catch and finally. And here I will discuss around 25 combination. I will discuss at most 25 combination of example of try, catch and finally, so that you can get the depth knowledge of try, catch block in exception handling. Any kind of question, in your exam, you will be able to answer. Definitely, I am sure in this matter that you will get the 100% knowledge in this topic. So let's start with the finally block. So before going to start, what does mean the finally block actually? How can I use it in your example or programming example? Let's consider. So I am just taking a piece of code. So suppose we have a try block and then followed by catch block. Catch block. Whatever the exception is within that, this is my catch block. And I use finally is a block. I have already mentioned that finally is a block. I told you that finally is a block. Please keep that in mind. It's a block. And so we can use the try, catch, then finally block. Finally block. So whatever the code has been written within the finally block should be the cleanup code. For example, I want to close my database connection. So that part of the or that piece of the code will be written in the finally block. So we know that in try, whatever the exception arise, those risky code will be placed in try block, right? So within try we can write risky code, okay? And we always try to keep the try block as small as possible. We can use within a program multiple try catch block, no problem, but try to keep it is as much as possible simple and small size. And within catch block we have seen that we have to write the handling code. That means if there is any exception arise in try block, how can I alternative way we can handle, so that handling code we can write, or that part of the code is for clean up the operation. Okay, so cleanup code, here we always use the cleanup code. Okay, So here in try block we are just using risky code, and catch block we are just using handling code, and in final block we always try to write the cleanup code. So for example, database connection I want to close, whether the program will be terminate normally or abnormally I do not know, but if there is a abnormal termination of a program, so I am going to close my database connection successfully. So that is why that part of the code will be always written in finally block. And one more thing I want to add additionally, that finally block is always executable. That means whether the try block exception arise or not, do not bother about this matter. So finally block, whatever written within this finally block, that block will be executed in any cost. Whether I have written a try block and whether I have handled the exception yes or no, do not bother, but finally block will be executed. We will solve the later when we will talk about the control flow in try catch block. We will see the various combination of try catch and finally block, where we will see that when it will give an compilation error or what combination we can use, we will discuss. Okay. So the next topic is final, finally and finalize. So the next topic is final, finally and finalize. Before that I want to say that what does mean the final. Final is a keyword, it's a modifier, we can say that it's a modifier. So where we can use the final keyword, we, as I mentioned several times when I discuss in basic programming, basic Java programming, so I have already discussed what is the meaning of final keyword. So once again I am just repeating, final is a keyword which is a modifier, right? So that modifier can be used in class, we can use in class, we can also use in method, and we also use in variable. That concept is very essential. Okay. So final is a modifier which is applicable for class, which is also applicable for method and also applicable for variable. Now when we declare final as a class, okay, so when I declare a class is a final, what does it mean? That a class declared as a final means this class cannot extend a class. Okay, so this class cannot be extended. So I can't create a child class, I cannot create a child class for that class. So that means if a class declared as a final, no other class is going to extend this class, right? So that means inheritance is not possible for that final class. Second one, if I use the method, then method is final means we cannot override that method in child class. So that is regarding this method. And if I use final as a modifier in front of variable, it means that we cannot re-declare, or you can say if I declare a variable as a final, we can perform reassignment of that variable. Final means final, we cannot change it or we cannot reassign it. Okay, that is all about the final keyword. Next, come to the next finally. As I mentioned earlier in this lecture, just right now I have discussed final is a block always associated with try, always associated with try catch block. So and always maintain to clean up code. So final is a block which is associated with try catch block and always keep those piece of code which is clean up code. Okay. Later I will discuss what is the difference between the finally and finalize. So what does mean the final and clean up code, I will come into it later within a minute. And in case of if I use any finally block, so block is always executable. The speciality of this finally block is it will be always executable irrespective of whether the exception arise or not, whether we have handled the exception or not. So that means this catch block whether handling or not, do not worry about that. The speciality of this finally block is always executable, and this block is always associated with try catch block. So it is always executable, and I will write those code, important code. So clean up my database operation. For example, I want to close my database operation, one of the important aspect of clean up the database code. So that part of the code will be written in final block, and final block is always executable. Now come to the next topic, finally. So finally is actually method. So finalize is a method, and always invoked by. So finalize is a method and always invoked by garbage collector. So when the garbage collector call the finalize method, just what is the just before destroy an object. For example, I have an object, okay. So that the function of garbage collector is to destroy the object which is a null object. We can say that the object does not refer to anyone. But what happens, suppose this object is not referring to anyone, but have some code, or for example network connection, database connection, everything is associated with this object, but does not referring at that moment. So first the garbage collector will call a method that is called finalize method. So garbage collector always call finalize method to perform the cleanup activity related to object. So once the finalize method complete, then immediately garbage collector destroy this object. So garbage collector is always called finalize method to clean up the code or clean up the activity regarding to or associated with this object. After that, that object will be destroyed by this garbage collector. So the finalize method, the importance of finalize method is it will always call by the garbage collector. So that's all about the difference between the final, finally and finalize method, right? So here I have just told you that finally block always contain the cleanup code, and finalize method always retain some cleanup code, right? Now what is the difference between the finally and finalize? Please keep that in mind. In case of finally block is responsible for perform the cleanup activities related to the try catch block, or we can say related to try block. That is, whatever the resource we open at the part of the try block, whatever the resource I have been opened, suppose I have opened a database connection, okay. So that part or that cleanup code or will be close inside the finally block. Sorry. Whereas finalize method is responsible to perform the activities related to object. Whatever the resource associated with this object will be deallocated before destroying an object by using finalize method, right? So that is the difference between the finally and finalize. In case of finally, so whatever the cleanup code is associated with the try block, but in case of finalize, whatever the code has been written within this method, that has to be related to the object activity. In this example, I will discuss about the finally block. So before that, let's take a simple example with only try and catch. Then I will modify this code with finally block. So let me execute this one. So first, this class is name is test1, and within this test1 class public static void main string args, I have taken two blocks. One of the block is called try block and another is a catch block. So what is the output I am expecting? So this code 10 by 0 will arise a arithmetic exception. You already know that, I have mentioned earlier also. So when this exception is arise, that will be caught by this catch block. And what will print? It will print system.out.println gmit. For simplicity, I have just given a simple message to print if this code is executed. Right? So let me execute this one first. So as I was expecting this output, so output is gmit, right? So it means that there is an exception, right? Now we use the finally block after catch block. So let me write a finally block. Give me some message. Make it finally, and here I want to print catch. Okay. So what will happen? There is an exception in try block. That corresponding catch block will be executed, and the finally block is always executable whether the exception arise or not, right? So let me execute this one. So I will get the output catch then finally, catch then finally, right? So now go back to this code. Suppose there is an exception arise, and the exception is different kind of exception. Whatever the exception I have written, so don't worry. Suppose I have written a exception end of file exception, end of file exception. So I have to import java.io. It is not mandatory, just I am just using, that's why I am just so here the exception is arithmetic exception, but I have written end of file exception. So that means this block is I always get a compile time error. Of course I will get a compile time error because this exception is not caught by this end of file exception, right? So what will happen? Let me execute whether the finally block is executed or not. So this is a compile time error, right? Now take it another exception. Take it another exception. For example, here the class is exception class. Okay. So let me execute. So finally block will be executed because the compilation error is not possible, because I have handled this exception by using exception class. So let me execute this one. So I will get catch and finally, right? Now suppose I have not handled this code. Suppose I have not handled this code. Okay, because I have not handled any exception. So I have not handled any exception. So only try and finally is possible or not. Let's see. Because try finally block is always associated with try block, but in between there are so many code are present. So let me remove this one. Then once again let me write this one. So exception in main thread by 0, okay, but the finally keyword is executed. So finally, or you can write I am in finally, I am in finally, so that you can understand this block is always executed. Whether then we got a exception. I am in finally, then I got a exception, arithmetic exception. So the finally block is always executed, whether the exception arise or not, or whether the exception handled or not, but the finally block is executed. Okay, so we have seen that we can use try, then catch, then finally. But if I write only finally block, so I will get a compile time error, because only finally block is not a valid combination. I will get a compile time error. So what is the error? So try without finally. So let's see what will be the error. So exception in main thread, java.lang.error, unsolved compilation problem, syntax error or token, finally delete this token. So I got a error finally, where this is the location, track trace location. I have already discussed how do I do that. So if I use only try, so that is not also a valid combination. That is also not a valid combination. I always get the same result, right? So we have to use the try and finally, and we can also use in between catch also, right? Catch also. But if I use any statement, for example, I am just giving a simple message to print this one. Suppose I want to print GMI. Right? So this statement is valid statement, but this finally is not associated with this try block. So I will get a compile time. Let's see. I will get a compile time. Okay. So if anything, suppose I want to, I will get compile time. Why? Because this finally block is not associated with this try block. So let me write the try block once again. Here, for example, I have just written a try block here. So then there is no problem, because here is a, I will get the output, exception will be arise, and that will be handled by this catch block. Catch, no problem. So I will get the output catch, and after that I will get the GMIT. Then here is another problem. So then there is an exception. So before that the finally block will be executed. So I will get the finally. So let's see, catch GMIT finally, what will be the output. Let's see, catch GMIT, then finally, right? So I got 3-1. So from this example or combination of try, catch and finally, we can say that the finally block is always associated with the try block or associated with try catch block, but we cannot use the finally block only one block, and the finally block is always executable whether there is a exception arise or not. See, whether the exception is handled or not, the finally block is always executable before print exception in our computers, right? Before throw an exception, the finally block is always executable. So in this lecture I have just discussed about what is final, what is finally block, what is finalize method, And what are the difference between the final, finally and finalize method? Even I have just compared with finally block and finalize method. Why? Because the finally block always contain those piece of code which are cleanup code. For example, database connection. If anywhere in try block the database has been opened and that database should be closed before throw an exception. So that's why I will kept those code, important code in my finally block. Right? And but in case of finalize method, we have seen that before the garbage collector destroy the null object, close any important connection or database connection associated with this object. Here the difference. With try block, finally block is associated with the try block. But here finalize method is associated with the object only. Right? That is the difference between the finally block and finalize method. It's a very important question in your exam and any interview regarding this exception handling. What is the difference between the final, finally and finalize? Explain with an example. And through this example, coding example, we have discussed the possible combination of finally block. If I use try catch finally, what will happen? It's a valid statement, so it will execute normally, no problem. But if I use without catch block but only try catch, that is also a valid statement. But if I use only catch block, only finally block, that's not a valid statement. So that's not a valid block. Even if I use the single finally block, so it is also not a valid combination. I will get a compilation error finally without catch block, finally without try block. Even in this example, I have also discussed about that if I use only try block, that is not a valid combination also. Right? Even you can see that if you don't use any try curly braces, that is also a compilation error. So I am getting error here. So there are so many things, because every time we have to use the curly braces, whether I am using the try block, whether I am using the catch block, or whether I am using the finally block. The three curly this concept is very compulsory. So curly braces is compulsory for every, mandatory for try block also, catch block also, and finally block also. In next example, in next lecture, I am going to discuss the different combination of try, catch, and finally. What are the combination is possible? Whether I can use the nested try catch block, or if I use the try catch finally, within the finally block if I use a nested try catch, so what will happen? What are the combination is possible? In the next lecture I am going to discuss in details. Almost I will discuss 25 combination of try catch finally, so that you can get the clear idea about this topic. That's all about this lecture. Please go through the lecture. I will discuss the various combination of try catch and finally block in the next lecture. Thank you.